All I need is whiskey, Texas, and you. Hey y'all, welcome to Whiskey Wednesday with Whiskey, Texas, and you. My name is Chuck Weimer and this is Thomas Jones. We're going to be your hosts for this little adventure. We're going to see what happens. I'm a Texas country artist and Thomas is also a Texas country artist. However, Thomas is also the lead guitar player in my band. So I am absolutely honored to have you sitting next to me.
What's going on, Chuck?
Which is not uncommon these days. So
yeah, just hanging out at the Weimer residence here.
Yeah. So what we were thinking of doing is just giving kind of an idea of what's going on in the Texas music scene. Maybe eventually we might have other people come in here and we may talk to them and or do call-ins or Zooms or whatever. We're gonna go over what's going on in the Texas scene, what's going on in the music side of the Texas scene, and we're gonna do some whiskey. We're gonna drink some whiskey. We're gonna have a good time and drink some whiskey.
I'm excited.
Jamie brought a couple of options tonight.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, you know what? She said, what are you gonna drink? I said, I don't know. I'm gonna let Thomas decide. We've got Old Faithful. Rebecca Creek. We all love Rebecca Creek. So we've got Rebecca. Well, like I said, face that towards them. We know what that looks like. And then, made by the same company, we also have Texas Ranger. So it's a Texas blend. So I will let you decide which one are we going to crack open. That was quick.
We go with Texas Ranger since I haven't had it before.
Texas Ranger it is. This is fun.
Yeah, I'm having fun.
Watching me try and open a whiskey bottle.
I like this, man. This is fun, man.
All right.
Can we just recap for a second on when you dropped that guitar pick and there was a break in the song and I was just magically there to hand it to you? That's pretty cool. Do you have that on video?
I think probably what happened. I didn't know what happened.
That was excellent. We were playing a show at Copper Canyon, and I don't know what happened. They picked it and break, but for whatever reason, it went flying out of my hand, and Thomas kind of looked at me like I was crazy, and I was sitting there banging with the backs of my fingers, which I don't practice that nearly enough to get the right sound out of it. So he bent down in the middle of a lead solo, stopped his solo, picked up the pick, handed it to me, went right back into it.
What else was I going to do? You don't know how to play with your fingers.
It was good. Well, I had like 9 of them sit up there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I didn't see them.
Yeah, I always have extra set up. So that's highly recommended if you're an aspiring artist. You want to go out there and do the thing. Make sure you have extra picks set up in a way that you can grab them easily. All right. So what's been going on with you in the music, man?
I've just been playing guitar for you and doing some solo stuff and writing some songs, and had a good show last week at Queehee Shop. That was a lot of fun. And then the Copper Canyon show, and then just getting ready for the shows this weekend.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
How about you?
Well, you know most of my stuff. You see what I'm doing all the time. This past week I had 4 shows. I ended up having Alamo Beer Company, which unfortunately the cornhole tournament that was scheduled to be out there, they ended up not showing up. So it was a light crowd, but we got to get in a little work there. And then we had the Copper Canyon thing. We had
Boathouse.
Yeah, we had the Boathouse.
For those of y'all watching, the voice yelling off camera is Chuck's wife, Jamie. She's band manager, band mom. There's like we should do we're gonna do a segment on all the things Jamie does at some point. But she does a lot, but that's who's yelling from off camera.
She'll also be the one who's editing all these videos, and that may or may not make it in. Graph. The Graphs. Oh, how do you forget Graph?
The big
we had a
billboard
really
with your
good
name
time
on it, the screen.
Yeah, right.
That was cool.
First time I was on the side of a truck. It was good. Yeah, billboard truck.
You should use that in the intro clip for the podcast.
That's an idea.
Play Whiskey, Texas, and you, and flash 2 different pictures and use that as well. All right, so today we're going to drink Texas Ranger whiskey. It's an 1823 blended whiskey. It's 40% alcohol by volume and 80 proof. And a little bit about this whiskey. Some of the descriptive words are integrity, precision, elite, and bold. Also, it's unique in character. I feel like this was kind of like Chuck a little bit. This is a legend and mystique of the Texas Ranger name. It says this whiskey's been carefully blended in the Texas Hill Country, and it combines the finest ingredients with pure limestone, filtered by Edwards Aquifer, which, for y'all out-of-state listeners, is a big underground body of water in Texas, where a lot of our water comes from. It says it has hints of vanilla, caramel, toasted nuts. Hold on, Chuck. Incredibly light, smooth Texas blend. Texas Ranger whiskey. We're gonna try this here.
You can smell the vanilla right off the bat, man. It's just, that's good. By the way, neither one of us is trained in giving a full review of the whiskey, but we're going to do it anyway. So we're just a couple of country musicians who...
I thought the vanilla I was smelling was you.
No, that's no. I came out of the shower. I didn't put any cologne or nothing on. You get Irish Spring off me. All right, first taste.
Really good.
Yeah, a little bit of a burn on the tongue, but goes away pretty quick. And
I bit the side of my cheek really hard earlier, so
that's going to seal it up.
It was sealing, yeah. It's good though.
Yeah, I like that, man. I like that. Sorry, I'm going to have to go for another one.
Texas Ranger whiskey complements any steak. Also, will make you forget about your ex-wife.
Nothing is scripted at all.
Yeah, at the moment, nothing is scripted. Who knows? Maybe in the future we might script. We might bring in microphones. We might do a lot of things. This is just first run. We want to see how this goes and see if anybody's interested in whiskey, Texas, or you. And in this case, the you is you. We love you guys. So as I'm sitting here next to you, I'm reminded of an actor.
Cornelius.
You don't look anything like him,
Oh, the beard.
but your facial expressions and your like super calm demeanor is reminding me of Kevin Smith.
Oh, really? I've got that before.
Yeah.
I've also got the Zach Galifianakis from the delivery of my jokes.
Yeah, I'd go with the Kevin Smith.
But I don't think I'm as quite as pathetic as he is.
Lean into Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith?
Director, Clerks, Mallrats, yeah. Silent Bob.
I got that wrong. I got that before. Bob.
So, some more things that are going to be taking place. If you guys stay tuned to the end, we're going to go over a rundown of who's playing where, and Thomas is going to give us a review of a song.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll get into that now. Let's hear what you have to say about what did you review this week.
Cowgirl by Jake Bush.
Jake Bush.
I listened to a bunch of different songs, and I picked this one as my favorite for the week. And I'm really a sucker for guitar pickups to start songs. The song "Getting You Home" is one of my favorites, and I feel like this song really kind of has that vibe to it, and I really liked it, and I like his voice in it. I also enjoy the guitar parts in it as well. Highly recommend to listen to this one. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I've had the pleasure of meeting Jake Bush. I met him at the Texas Internet Radio Chart Awards last year. Real nice guy. He was busy. He had things to do, but I got to meet him, and we shared a hey, hi, how are you? One of the things I used to tell people, I was like, you remember back in the day, the Beatles, and everybody would be chasing the Beatles, trying to figure out where their hotel was and all that. Yeah, the easiest way to find out where another artist is going to be is become an artist. And then you know where they're all at because you're talking to them all the time.
that's a funny story. I had a situation where I had to find somebody to fill a gig, and that's what I was doing. I made a couple calls, and I pretty much had like everybody in San Antonio's schedule, and it was so strange because I was like, I guess they're all playing here and there and there, and it was just kind of interesting.
You might need that connection again because we're going to have to find out where everybody's playing.
Yeah, I got them. I'll make a phone call or three.
Yeah. So when you do hear that, the list of the schedules and where everybody's playing, the voice that you will be hearing is production. That'll be Jamie. She'll be talking about that for you. Yes, no, but I'll get
Interesting
footage.
side fact: one of my favorite podcasts, Joe Rogan, his assistant production guy, his name is Jamie.
Oh yeah.
He goes,
Yeah,
hey Jamie, pull it up on the screen.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to say that. And I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that now. Can we show this? Well, hold on. We can't show this.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, go ahead and tell her. Let's pull it up on the screen.
Pull it up on the screen, Jamie.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay.
The Chuck Weimer Band will be at Stetson Dance Hall on Friday and at Corky's Bar and Grill Saturday. The J.R. Herrera Band will be at UTSA Tailgate on Saturday. Jerry De Leon will be at The Well on Friday. Townie Adams at Max Barbecue on Saturday. And the Jeremy Richards Trio at Black Creek Bar and Grill on Saturday.
Well, thank you, Jamie. We appreciate that. And since we've already got you working, how about let's see where everybody is on the charts?
On this week's T3R report, we have James Robert Webb coming in at number 1, followed by Case Harden, Curtis Grimes, James Land, and Bree Bagwell at number 5. On the Texas Country Music Chart, we have Mickey and the Motor Cars at number 1, Wade Bowen, Flatland Cavalry, Curtis Grimes, and Jesse Robb Jr. And on the Texas Internet Radio Chart, we have Sarah Hobbs, Curtis Grimes, Robert Ray, Olivia Harms, and Chuck Weimer at number 5.
Yeah, so let's talk about the music business.
Let's do it.
As an artist, what tricks, tips, what have you found? And don't give everything away. Let's save something for week 2. But what's one thing that you found if you were going to start doing music today as a solo artist? Actually, no. Let's go with your specialty. If you were going to start today as a lead guitarist, what advice could you offer anybody who's watching right now?
Be really diverse in what you can play, and especially in the Texas scene, have the ability to just go on a stage cold and play by ear. I think that's really a lot of the ear training and stuff I did when I was younger really helped.
So what's ear training?
Sitting there with the piano and trying to like identify notes, or putting on jam tracks and trying to play with them without having it, just putting them on and just playing random
Just
stuff.
throwing backing tracks on there and
or
just
just put on the radio and try to play with your guitar
and
try to play with it.
So what would you do? Would you record yourself playing with that track to see what it sounds like afterwards?
Yeah, and then I would also really download backing tracks off different websites and things like that.
Yeah.
And I would play along with the radio, like not knowing the song, just turn on the radio.
That's a great idea.
Say
for
go,
using a backing
and then
track.
you have to play something that fits and that's musical.
Yeah, because most people don't have 2 options to record with and do a backing track, so they can turn on the radio and they can play along with that. Yeah, nice.
Some of my tips.
My dad, he's been trying to get better at his lead guitar and his fills and everything. And one of the things he sent me is, I guess there's some apps that you can use for backing tracks, and who knows, maybe we'll throw 1 or 2 of those up as a link that
We'll
people
link
can
up with a backing track company or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Give me more work to do.
Yeah, well, I'll do the research.
You could have Vaughn beatbox.
Well, I could tell you as an artist, I guess is what you would call me, because my original goal was just to be a songwriter. I didn't want to do anything else, and of course my wife kicked me in the butt, and she's like, hey, you're 42 years old, and it's about time we do something with this. So that's when I got started, and one thing that I would say is get your mind right first. If you go into this thing wanting to live the rock star life, that's a way to go, but it's an easy way to get yourself into trouble. You'll end up more than likely running yourself into a situation like Morgan Wallen, not necessarily exactly like him. Maybe you're not saying things that are dumb, but you're doing things that are dumb. Drinking too much, not able to finish a show, and that's one of the quickest ways to get yourself roadhoused out of the scene, and then you have to fight your way back in.
Yeah.
So I would say get your mind right first, figure out what it is you want to do. And once you've got that figured out, and you don't have to have everything figured out, but you got to know where it is you want to go. And everything that you do should be moving toward that goal, to try and get yourself to a spot where everything you do is a step up the ladder and not so much going sideways. Sometimes you have to go sideways, you have to get on a different ladder.
Yeah.
Maybe the ladder you're on, it's a shorter ladder than the other one. You may have to step aside and go over to somebody else's ladder, but getting your mind right and knowing where you want to go, and then just keep moving in that direction. And don't get too wrapped up in the rock star lifestyle that you forget that you're still getting paid to do the thing you love.
Getting paid to play music.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Anything else?
I want to talk about this trip to Odessa, and I want to talk about the Alan Jackson song "Chasing That Neon Rainbow," and it's 5 pickers in an old Dodge truck. He says that line.
Yeah.
And I think that I was thinking about that. We're taking one of our musicians' trucks up there with a trailer, and it's gonna be 5 of us in a truck, right?
Yeah, 4 pickers, 1 manager.
4 pickers, 1 manager, and a Nissan truck. Yeah. And I was wondering what that would be like as a kid in my room.
We're gonna find
in
out.
Pennsylvania. And I would always hear that. And I said, that sounds like such a good time.
Yeah.
And he said, this overhead is killing me. Sometimes I play for free.
Mm-hmm.
When the crowd gets into it.
Yeah.
It made me feel so good.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I've played a few shows where there's like 2 people, But those two people are getting
They
in.
loved it.
Yeah, they're all about it. And then of course I played shows where there's like 50 to 150 people, and everybody's just kind of.
You play shows where there's like 300 people.
We're background.
Old Main.
Well, yeah, but we weren't background at Old Main. That was a good night.
That was a good night.
I think we should end every episode with a dad joke.
You got a dad joke?
Dirty joke.
We don't need dirty jokes. All right, what do you call a fish with no eyes?
Wow. With the dad joke, man. I think we should end it with a life tip from Jamie off camera.
Ooh, I think that's actually, or she could read a quote.
Something like maybe something inspirational.
She could do an inspirational quote by Willie Nelson.
Put up on the screen, Jamie.
Stop telling me what to do, Thomas.